Let me find my button.
No stinger.
Oh, I gotta stretch. Hold on.
Professional this morning.
Who's out there in the etherverse?
I was.
Jacob,
I am.
how's it going? Josh, how's it going? Corey, you're with me right now. we need to line up guests.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Well, today we have a very special guest with us on the show.
Cool. So, welcome to the 5:00 Morning Show, the obnoxiously early, wicked, dicey show. We're your hosts, Corey and Miles. Where the hell's Cam? We made 3 more subscribers this week. It's great. I think we're at like 138 when I was
I love it.
Bopping over to the YouTube. But yeah,
138.
We totally planned this whole day out and thought about it way ahead. I'll be honest, it was really busy this week. So
yeah.
And then Corey had the Nurgle. Yeah, Cam playing Baldur's Gate 3. I hear that's a really fun game. I have not.
I hear you can play it exclusively naked.
Yeah. He just like fell asleep in front of his computer naked.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, yeah, you can play any game naked, but you can play in the game naked.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah, there's genitalia.
Okay, I have like a confession. I've not ever played Baldur's Gate, and
neither have I.
Okay, well, okay. Everybody just leave.
I just know about AI porn robots, so
everybody just go. Like, we're not cool. We haven't gotten
in the chat. Intelligence us about Baldur's Gate.
Should Corey and I
the third one
play Baldur's Gate? Because apparently it was good enough to have 3. So
I feel like it's had 3 forever, or maybe that was just Baldur's Gate 2 was like really popular in like 1990s. Like I think is Baldur's Gate 1 like the original like MMORPG?
I guess yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Let us
seemed
know because we don't know.
From what I remember, it feels like people were like playing World of Warcraft, and then there was like this group of like crusty, grognards. I was like, well, that's no Baldur's Gate. That's what I remember.
Bob is playing right now. It's pretty stellar. Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks for letting us know all about the Baldur's Gate. Ruining hobbying for August. Hi, Dan. Nice to see you. Omar is in the chat as well. But yeah, good stuff. So we had sat around, we were like messaging back and forth, and we were like, should we do the show? Should we do the show? And I was like, there's nothing to talk about. Yeah, and then Mr. Corey reminded me that that I like somehow some way to my opponents letting me won the Alpha Omega tournament this last weekend. So that's fun. So we'll chat about that real briefly. I kind of want to know about this FEC thing going on. I don't get it. And I don't read.
I can talk about it.
There was like a lot of Discord messages last night. And
a very wine drunk Corey.
Yeah, and some kind of broken something. And Cullen was all over the place. Cullen, you need to, I don't know, you're not here yet, but you need to get a damn camera because I want you to be on the show. Also, if you're...
I rated him last night. I said he meets the standard, and that's a very high remark coming from me. So
no, Cullen's great. I think we're going to be matched up in the competitive Pod C League here in a bit. Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
I'm so delinquent on getting people's matches recorded. I got to do that today after work dies down a little bit.
Yeah. So we haven't been chatting about that, You haven't been delinquent about something.
I've been delinquent about, and I've done all my Wicked Dicey tasks.
Yeah. Well, about that. No, I'm just kidding. If anybody knows any like table vendors that just give tables for free and don't ever have to like ask for money, like we'd love to hear from you. That would be really great because we're on the struggle bus right now for tables, which is why I called this episode Smack Talk. It's not why I called it Smack Talk, but let's pause for a second and Smack Talk. Theoretically, a venue that we theoretically booked has very few tables, and so we're working through.
Should I just call them out like I did?
No, because we have we have like money on the table for this. So
I mean, I don't think they could do anything to us if we tell them that they fucking suck.
Yeah, but they're great. I mean, everything about the venue has been really great. Basically, it's double the size of like the Everwinter last year venue, but they've been really accommodating, and they even offered like free parking to all of our guests, which is super awesome. But they have like no tables, and so we're like, oh my gosh, how do we invent
Yeah.
tables? And make them out of thin air, and 200 of them, which is really hard. It's really
At a minimum, that's like maybe being on the
yeah.
conservative side of
Yeah,
things.
and tables are like,
I'm
what, $16 a pop
if we were to
for rental?
to rent them, they're like like $15 a day. We need them for like 3 days, so $45 times 200
It's big monies.
is
Yeah.
some dollars. Yeah,
Yeah. It means that we can't have big after parties that are on the house. So, I don't know. We'll
yeah,
figure it out. We've always
for
figured it
sure.
out,
Yeah,
and so we'll figure it out. Um,
yeah. My goal this year for Everwinter is for the fucking tables not to be an issue.
yeah,
It's like this
let's
is like
shout
for
out
anyone that's
John,
thinking about
Bob, Chris Wildman,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
Brad. Well, Brad's part of it anyway, but the people who help us with tables, thank God.
yeah. And for anyone thinking about running events in the future, like the biggest pain in the ass is going to be day of when your table situation does not match what the venue gave you.
Yeah.
Like Everwinter, we spent probably I would say like a full almost 12 hours fucking around with tables.
Yeah.
And then Ironweld last year was the closest we've ever been to good to go from the start. But even that was like 3 hours of like running around and adjusting tables.
Yeah.
So hopefully for this one, third time's the charm, we can find A, source the tables, and then B,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, if you have a lead on tables, please email us at hello@wickeddicey.com.
I'm actually gonna start. Brad brought this up that we need like a Brad at Wicked Dicey, which is very obvious, and like a Miles at Wicked Dicey and things like that. So to be determined, we might not just have hello at Wicked Dicey soon.
Oh yeah. Should we get a tables at wickeddicey.com?
Yes. just for the one chance that somebody emails table at Wicked Dicey's, I have all the tables.
We know exactly what that inbox should have, and if it doesn't have what we want, we don't check it.
Before we jump into subject matter stuff, I want everybody who's still kind of piddling around in the house getting coffee to type "Where is Cam?" in the chat, so that if he does randomly show up, he feels bad about it. But anyway, cool. So sum up this I'm actually genuinely curious about this feck thing. I don't get it, Corey. So
yeah. So the list. Let me just go back real quick into the chat, find the list, and we can read it and then quickly talk about it. So it has Nagash in it. It has so the subfaction is Morgon, and that's like where the jank starts, right? Where when a unit is destroyed in the Morgon subfaction on a 4-up, you can add an identical unit to your army. So it's not a replacement army, not a replacement unit.
Yeah.
Then you have Nagash, who is a Chad and the best model ever. He has an ability called Supreme Lord of the Undead, and that ability is in your hero phase on a 3-up. You can replace a destroyed unit at half strength, add it to your army, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the jank there is because of the wording of the Morgant's ability compared to the Nagash's ability. You can what's it called? Return a full strength unit and a half strength unit. So out of 30 ghouls dying, you'll get 40 back, right? So
oh wow.
yeah.
And sorry, when does this happen?
In the hero phase, you still need to roll a 4-up and a 3-up.
Okay.
Right, and it's only I'm not sure how frequently the Morgan one trigger, if you can roll for each unit or if it's just in the hero phase, pick one and roll. But it's still pretty.
Has this been around?
Yeah, so it's been around, right? Like it's nothing new. And I don't still even think it's good, right? Because it's better now because of the changes to Crypt Ghouls, right? So Crypt Ghouls auto wound on 5s and 6s. Now with their new war scroll after the what's it called, the not Broken Realm thing that came out, the Dawnbringer's Crusade books.
Dawnbringer's Crusade, yeah.
Yeah. So they got a little bit of a glow up. And then the other thing with it is like it's also interesting because you're taking Chalice of Usharan, which is endless spell. You keep track of the number of models that die within a certain range of it. And then you roll a die and then you can return that, return models to units around it. So it's like it's like a list that's just trying not to like ever be off the board.
With lots of bodies that do mortals.
Yeah. Do they do mortals? They might do mortals. But then you also have like the Ghoul King, right, in the Arch region. So you can the Ghoul King can summon, you have summoning as well. So there's a lot of like wounds coming onto the field. It does standing on circles really well. If you do happen to lose a unit and you fail your 4-up and your 3-up, well, it's oh shit, like right, like so.
Yeah, on top of the fact that you could dispel the Chalice, right?
It's going to be hard, right? Because Nagash is going to be in your turn you can attempt, but Nagash will be casting that at like +3 to +4. My wife is just staring at me like I don't know.
She should Adele hop into the video real quick. Say hi.
Would you like to join briefly and say hello? I don't have eyebrows on. She doesn't have eyebrows on.
Okay. Hi Adele. Everyone says hi. Cool. Okay, so what would be interesting is somebody's take on this who knows a lot about Feck, and it just happens to be that we don't have that person here today. Where's Cam?
Yeah, I think, like I said, though, I think the list is like very like just like I'm just gonna be here and you're gonna have to deal with me.
It's Corey C's "I stand on circles" theorem. Yeah, that makes sense.
Much like zombies, right? It's not really. It's interactive in the fact that like your opponent can punch at you, but you're really I don't know. I think it struggles on spread objective and like large objective missions because you're like a lot of your points are tied up right in the what's it
Nexus
called?
Collapse in particular would be pretty rough on them.
Yeah, definitely.
You could pop their back objectives and
and then they're fizzed.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. So Jen just wanted to figure that out because I saw it in the chat and I don't understand death factions at all. Like it's very confusing.
I've become a death daddy.
Yeah. Someday. I played OBR 2 times in a week and I had never played him before, and so that's been lovingly great.
Yeah.
Which is a great segue to talking about myself. Oh God. I hate this.
Would you like me to moderate so that you're not just talking,
I don't. I don't mind.
You'll self-moderate?
I mean, I'm very.
I'll just sit here then.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll just tell you about it. But yeah, so we played at Alpha Mega. Shout out to Alpha Mega. Thanks everybody for showing up.
Shout out to Ryan.
Helping
TO.
Yeah, good job, Ryan. We had dinner after, and Ryan was like super excited to make like 4 rules calls. He was like, I got him. Like I made the decision right then, and it was great. It like caught like lists and stuff, and I found that fascinating. I was like, oh, that's fun. Like
the really cool thing that some feedback I got from people was like for those rules things, like he then followed up with them like immediately like in Discord with the reference to the relevant section, so they like knew what was going on. That's like something really cool that I never really thought to do. Yeah. So I'm gonna definitely take a page out of his book.
Are we gonna tap Brian for Everwinter TOing? Are we gonna pull him out of the tournament and make him,
if he's interested, I would love to
spin for us?
Yeah, I mean that would be a great help, obviously, because we're running around like chickens.
Yeah.
So any help we can get on that front would be good.
All right, Ryan, we're pulling your contestant fee or whatever. So yeah, we played, we conquered half-assedly, but basically it was going to be an 18-person event, but I think like summer happened and a bunch of people backed out or just had things going on. I think Sam and Ryan, just like shout out, you guys should have been there. So I felt awesome. Anyway, but this is like my weekly shout out to Sam, who I think we should actually do a chess clock. Anyway,
Sam, you need to play faster.
No, it's Miles needs to play faster. So yeah, the long and short of it, I don't want to get like into the like nitty gritty, but basically,
yeah. What round one matchup and what was the highlight of the game?
So round one matchup was against a fella out of Connecticut. Dan, you might know him. But basically, spacing out on a name. I need to look up the name while we're doing this. It's like Jeremy or something like that. But Sylvaneth, bunch of bow boys. So Kurnoth, bow like spam. And Alariel. And so I'm just gonna give you one highlight on that was I was winning, but a madcap shaman blizzard a Alariel off the board in a one shot. So that was great. So I did 17 mortal wounds, like just off one 70-point model. It was great. Felt a little feels bad.
Was that with a teleport too?
No, he went into my
walked. Okay.
I was 12 inches behind, and then had some primal dice, and so that was great. I was already kind of ahead at that point because I was able to just focus fire all his small units. And Alariel, I literally forgot Alariel was on the board. That's what I've decided when I play Alariel is just like don't even know like. Sometimes, like every 5 minutes, something will go missing because Alariel showed up. Like that's my theory on Alariel. Like I don't know why, but like that part of the board just disappeared.
Well, I mean that's like a good strategy, like with god units in particular, right? It's like, is it worth putting 2,000 points into killing it? Maybe not kill all the other stuff and then deal with it, right? Same thing like the incarnate.
Yeah,
frog incarnate sucks.
Yeah. And so that was sorry, I'm just trying to look up this guy's name because he was a super gentleman. Where is my name? Justin. Yeah, I was almost right. Jeremy, Justin. So Justin from I think Connecticut, Sylvaneth, great player, great fun. Second match, Rob. The first time I got to play Rob.
Hell
yeah. And the first time I played OBR. Hell yeah. And so that was fun. Learned a lot. I threw 21 fully incredibly buffed up squigs into 6 Immortus Guard and left 1 on 1 wound.
And then forced it back up.
And forced to like die and back up, and then they came back by the end of the game. But whatever, dealt with it. Scored over, outscored kind of thing. And then third game was against Jeremy. So
I think I noticed there was some not tension.
There's not tension. It's just yeah. So Coldest Claw, Coldest Claw, Quaddle's Chode. And so great game. I had some pretty crucial rolls go wrong that I think would have finished the game. As it was, we didn't quite we got to like end of turn 3. We were in a pretty good spot. Like it was like leaning my way. It wasn't debatably like starkly up, my game. But we talked it out. I think I just owe Jeremy like another game with the same kind of setup to see like who would have taken it. I somewhat biased, thought I had a little bit of edge, but Jeremy played an amazing game and learned very quickly that he shouldn't go into a fully buffed unit of squigs, despite the fact that they're sitting right in front of him. So basically, the push and pull there was I brought the squigs up, I missed the charge. He sent his Croxigors, one group of his like fully buffed Croxigors into the squigs, killed like 8 of the squigs, and then the squigs deleted 6 of the Croxigors.
The Croxigor.
So, and that was just on the hit back. Yeah. So lesson learned there, I think. And then that little like dinosaur guy moving around the board. What's his name? The
skink.
No, it's a big like Tyrannosaurus Rex looking guy. Raptidon or
Troglodon.
Maybe the Troglodon. I'm terrible with the Ceravon. So he was on the board and like buffing. He was like kind of iron jawsing everything. Like you get a command, you get a command,
you get a. I'm not sure what that.
Yeah. Anyway, we had like a little fight with Scragrot in that dinosaur, and Scragrot was standing in the end, which was lovely and great, and also kind of somewhat sealed the game for me. Again, a little bit debatable on that, but I won the tournament, so there you go.
Woo.
My
Love
first 3-0 by myself. Sam and I won some. I guess Sam and Corey C won some team events 3-0, but that was the first time I had kind of like I've got my big boy pants on and
Solo,
won an
yeah,
event.
nice.
So
welcome to the club.
yeah,
I think I only have 2 like tournament wins.
yeah,
in my, but you know, we're in a pretty saucy
yeah,
meta.
super
so.
saucy.
I kind of Jeremy had what, 2 6-packs of Croxigar, right?
Yep.
They're not battle line, so you can't double reinforce them. Is that accurate?
I'm not sure, but I know that when he put his list on the table, I was just happy it wasn't Starborn Madness. And so I knew I had a chance, like a fighting chance, because I could actually like pair up and like I could probably out commit or out, burn.
Well, you just have more bodies than him, and he didn't summoning
less tricks
engine.
to work around. So
yeah. I played Jeremy on Sunday on TTS with my new Soulblight list, and as you could probably see in the comments that he was making about me viewing everything through the eyes of a death. What was it? The dead eyes of a Soulblight player.
Yeah, was it real bad?
Yeah. No, it was like really close. I don't remember how the scores ended up, but he was running his. We were practicing for the league because he was playing in a gash build in the pods. So we ran up against that, and so we were just doing practice for that. And his list was uniquely like kind of tooled to like shut me down. So you had the Enrapturous, which makes you reroll successful casting rolls, and then either on doubles or sixes you take D3 mortal wounds. So that's like, oh crap, like I'm just gonna Nagash is gonna do that. Is gonna cast effectively 16 times, and I'm either going to miscast or I'm going to take, I'm just taking, there's a very good chance of taking multiple D3 mortal wounds. But luckily Nagash only miscast once, and, towards the end I started taking mortal wounds, but I also use Nagash very weird. Like I knew like there was nothing in his army that could like take him out in melee, right? So I just slapped his ass and sent him in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You have to do that with god models if you're running them, right? Because you're spending 900 points for something. Like if they have a shooting attack, you need to always be shooting. If they have melee, you have to be using melee. And then what else happened? Oh, he had his Furies. We played the 3 objective mission where you can pull things off the board. And I set up kind of just all castles in the middle. He castled kind of a little left. He put Furies on a right flank, and just like, okay, and to shut off my gravesite and the objective, and then I just teleported my Blizzard Wizard over there.
Gosh.
Nuked. Just did 12 wounds to the Furies, picked them up, and then like I was like, cool, this is my objective now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could just throw zombies at that point, or direwolves out at that point.
No, this was Legion of Night. So I just teleported my my Vampire Lord over there, took the objective, and then just blinked back over.
Gotcha.
He brought his Ogroids on. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Nuked them, and then kind of we just went like back and forth like that. So
I feel like Jeremy's playing so many lists these days. Like,
yeah, I mean he's also been doing a lot of good work, like practicing, and I've really noticed his play get a lot better. So yeah. Jeremy, you're doing good stuff, dude.
Sweet. Cool. So the only other thing I wanted to kind of shout out and mention was the event this weekend. Everybody should drop what they're doing. I can't. I have dogs to take care of. Megan's out of town. But there is some Brittles, the place in Maine that they're
Pint and Pawn.
Yeah, Pint and Pawn doubles event.
I believe so. Something like
Cam's
that.
Going up there. Yeah. Sam's going up there. Somebody else. Who else? Ryan probably. John, I think, is bringing 3 people from the armory, which is super awesome. You guys should get more engaged with the Northerners. I would love that.
ArmorCon also just tickets went on sale. Josh is running the doubles GT for that.
Yep.
So check them out.
When is that again?
Cool event.
October something.
It's October, the early October. So I think it's the second week of October, and then the third week we have our teams retreat, which I think we have 8 teams. We just got a everyone to tournament notification.
If anybody's looking for a team, we can slot you in and find you a place. So let us know.
Yeah. How's your team doing? You got everyone you need, or
we're
you're
figuring
still
it out.
Yeah.
Right now, my team is Eli and Josh, and I was like, hey, Josh, you probably, like, you and Sam have played forever, and you guys should play on the same team. And then Sam was like, well, I don't know if we might have another spot. So anyway, we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I've got to find 2 more folks. I'm probably gonna bug Brian today, who I'm actually playing MCP with. So
nice, yeah.
I'll probably see if Brian was also trying to put together a team. We'll see if that would work out. But
you should try to get Rob too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't know Rob was looking. So yeah, I'll definitely get Rob.
Yeah. I don't think he's officially. I don't know if he is officially looking, but I don't see why he wouldn't be.
Rob, you're on my team
back
now.
in the fold.
So cool.
Yeah. That was a good team. Eli rolls nothing but 16-inch charges, and so that's great.
Yeah. No, I love Eli. Eli is my favorite. So Colin and Eli are super awesome humans.
That's your team.
I think Colin's already on another team. Eli, but yeah.
Is he? Oh yes, he's on Bob's.
He's on Bob's team. Yeah. So I can't take Colin, but I get Eli. So yeah. So if you're looking for a team, just let me know. We're trying to fill out some more teams, but also fill my team so I don't have to stress about it. And otherwise, Corey and I have to do normal people jobs and go to work. So yeah. Good pause point. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Happy birthday, Corey. I don't know if it's his birthday or not, but and go about your days and have a great, amazing weekend and get some games in as always. So cheerio. And anything else to add, Corey?
No, I think that's good.
All right. Happy Friday, August 11th at 8:57